So that's how that goes together. And now I will do it on our card. So we're going to look for the number. We keep both of the printed sides towards us. Before you start this, what you want to do is you want to put some nice yellow ink on the tab. And get that in there as far as you can. If you need to rub it off a bit to dry it so you don't get yellow everywhere, then you want to score this line and fold it. See, and I did that wrong, which is, this is good, because you actually want to fold it back to the back because the image goes on the front, and we want to ink the front, not the back. Now we can actually just do that way. So like that. Of course, now my glue has glued itself shut. I just put a tiny bit just to hold it. So now that's glued shut. So again, we start with the 1, the 2, and we're going to bring that down so that those guys are in, and we're going to turn it so that we're just getting the little sort of star patterns on the front, and then in, and get your slot in. Try to be as gentle as you can. In, and slot through the front. And again, this will not turn all that well when you first do it, for 2 reasons. Now you've got your original paper is a bit distorted, and it will sort of flatten out as you put it away. But anyways, so that's the idea, and it will go much easier once you get those centerpieces put in. But that is what you're looking for. And then what you also want to do is there are the little birds that you want to stamp on the front as well. And the little birds are from Queen of Tarts #3, and they come with a dress. And I have stamped this in archival ink, aquamarine. I just chose one of the colors that went with one of the colors. You have options of orange, red, purple, blue as well would also work very well. Just make sure to stamp these on the yellow part within your cut circle. I think that little guy went over a little bit. If you put back your template, you'll be able to see where they can go, and then what you end up with is basically this, and then we're ready to stamp the next part of our card. And what we're going to stamp next is our Character Constructions Beekeeper's Tea #7, the Earth Angel. And so now what we want to do is we want to dial this out, and we want it to come all the way out. So this may need a little bit of coaxing to get it to come all the way out, and just be gentle with it. It will come, and do not despair, because that will all work better once it's all Now what we're going to do is we are going to be stamping the other image. So what we're going to start by doing is determining where the dress should go. So the first thing I did was I took a sticky pad, and sticky paper is excellent for making masks out of. Any kind of sticky paper is good. What's especially, if you can find, some of them have the sticky bit in the middle. If you can find those kinds, they're very, very good. The one thing to remember when making a mask is always stamp, have your stamp actually go on to where the sticky is. So I just stamp that. So that creates an image, and then you cut it out. But you want to be careful and not cut it out all the way. So for instance, you can see vaguely here, there's the waist and there's the arm of the dress. And the reason why I didn't want to cut it out all the way is because Beekeeper's Tea number 7 Character Constructions Earth Angel, she has shoulders. And when we hold up the dress, and this, I've stamped this ahead of time and colored it in, you can see that. So what we're doing is we're making a mask, and the mask that we're making is in order to determine, in order to only stamp the part of the Earth Angel head that we want, not the whole thing. So when you hold up the dress to the stamp, you can see that you sort of just want the spots just under her necklace, and that her shoulders extend well beyond the dress on either side. So really all you really need to cut out is that neckline and then the very tips of the shoulders. So something along the lines. So if you were to go in, take the neckline out. And then just going to do that. And do just taking a little tiny smidge there. And just do that. And then when we hold this up, there, we can see that we mask out the whole doll. So that's our mask. And now we're going to position that on our card so that when we dial it back, we know where she's going to go. So we want the card to also cover up so that it looks like Spiky is wearing the dress. So the dress is going to go roughly there. So now we've got that positioned, and now we're going to dial back. So we're ready to stamp. And again, especially with the mask in place, this gets a little, there we go. You want to make sure it's a solid circle. And so then we can just lay that mask down. Black Memento ink. We won't be embossing this, and then very carefully place the stamp, apply pressure.